Perfect. Yeah, so we're gonna go through the replay, and I'm gonna point out we're together gonna find the strengths and weaknesses that you have, bad habits that you keep repeating that are preventing you from getting higher ranked, essentially. And see,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then we're gonna use those to make a development plan for you, so you know what to work on in the near future to get you to the rank goal that you want. Now, what day is the replay from?
It was either from today or yesterday.
And it was called 3. It looks like it's called 3.
Yeah.
Right. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Let's just get Epic Pen out so I don't need to do it later. And I'm gonna use Epic Pen to draw on my screen to illustrate points I'm trying to make or visually represent concept. Now, which one of these players are you?
Sin.rl.
Okay. Oh, that was laggy. Yeah, that's just laggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice car.
Thank you.
Black OEMs, I love them. Okay, pretty good second mouse spacing. And you said you were you wanted either you said you were GC or that you were trying to get GC.
I want to get GC.
Right. Okay. And what rank are you right now? C2, C3?
Yeah, I'm like 1311, so like I just hit C3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm glad you don't expect me to know what 1311 is. Anything under
Yeah.
1500 is like I would not know.
Okay, yeah. I'm like on the bottom of C3.
Okay. Cool. Yo, Krim, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hi. I've got to get this session rolling because I've been waiting for a while. All right. Sorry, I had to check something. That's why I paused. Okay. Okay. And so we're doing this thing right now where we're trying to get into the play. Like we're very eager to get in while our teammate is still there, and we don't have a clear sort of entrance. I wouldn't ever be so eager to challenge the play when it's near their back wall between the corner. Let me reduce the size of the pen. In this area, I wouldn't be so eager to challenge just because you don't have an angle to create any sort of play, especially not if your teammate's already committed. If your teammate's all the way back, then you can try, maybe you can get a demo, maybe you can try to like pop it up and then drive away. You've got a few different options, but from this position, you're trying to get into a play in the corner when your teammate's already there, which just shows that you're not really aware of that you don't have a good angle to approach. So you should have just been more patient and waited for the play to develop.
Okay.
So now we're shadowing in a position where we should have been facing the ball and had a pretty free angle of approach. Okay, and we're scared to challenge. Yeah, okay, it works. Return. Quite late to jump, considering right now, if he decided to jump before you, he might have had just a free shot toward net.
Okay.
Luckily for us, okay, we'll just look at his from his POV if you don't. Okay, so if he was just faster to approaching this, do we agree that could be just an open net?
Yeah, because I couldn't see him, I guess,
Yeah,
either.
yeah. And why couldn't you see him?
I was just too close to the ball, maybe?
Yeah, you were under the ball, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you're under the ball, you don't have information. And when you don't have information, the first thing you should think is my net exposed? Because if it is, then you should probably just go back.
Okay.
But in this position, you have a clear chance to beat him. So I would just jump, pop it like high enough to buy me time. Or yeah, go for a shot is also fine. But you jump very late, so you were unaware of the threat in this situation.
Okay.
Here, since you have no boost, I would recommend that you just go all the way back. If you had 20 or more, it's okay to stay in the play because you can pick up pads and still be relevant. But realistically, you're not gonna be able to create enough of a play on 12 for it to make a difference. I always have a hard time readjusting my brain from being in a high level scrim to watching rank twos. It's always like a mind fuck. I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah, I shouldn't have
because
jumped
now
in.
I'm expecting pro gameplay, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's my brain. I have to readjust. Okay.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you shouldn't completely stop your momentum considering the opponents have momentum coming toward you, which means they can catch you off guard if they change the direction of the ball or pop it enough. So you should continue your momentum because you stopped it became awkward. Okay, we also had a very short line to the near post. So realistically, if this is in, you're not saving it, no matter what. Now, alternatively, this could bounce off of backboard, right?
Okay.
And if it were to bounce off of backboard or the near back wall, you might say, would you have been able to get it?
Probably not,
No. Why?
because my angle. I'm a little too close.
That's true, but also you've got too much speed carrying in. And what
Okay.
does this tell you? Do you think?
Like I won't be able to read the bounce off if
Yeah,
I'm going that quick.
but you just flat out didn't read where the play was going, or even if you did, you were covering something you could not cover either way.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so you didn't have the read on what was going on here, and so that's why you have to full stop. But it's fine that you play behind. That's not a bad position. It's just there you were coming in with too much momentum for the play. You jump again. Here you're so reactive. You're under the ball and you're expecting the opponents to just leave you be. Just, oh no, here, take the ball. And so you jump after him. This risks the net. Because if he were a little bit quicker right now, I have no clue what the fuck kind of aerial control that is. If this is C3, then fucking hell. Then I'm literally number one in the world. Him, sorry, like not the lobby, just that
Yeah.
aerial right there.
Okay.
Right, you should not be giving him this much respect, or if you are, be very clear about what your boundaries are. Remember, if he's gonna take a shot, he'll have to put it toward you. So you could just alternatively drive up on the backboard and have every shot he has covered.
Gotcha.
And without going into too much depth, he then has choices. If he sees you go backboard, like he could put it off ceiling to his rotating teammate. Like if he puts ceiling right now, no fucking way. Cool Beans Jr. with that name is reading that. Sorry, but he's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. You didn't know if your teammate was going or not, and since he's under the ball, we just don't want to risk it. Although, as you see him jump, stop boosting, go down. Don't know why he's still boosting. Okay, near post is good. Yeah, camp near post. Thank you. Great play. Good job. You did something really smart here, which is not throw yourself into a play that you didn't have to. We could have secured the mid left.
Okay.
Okay, so how many teammates? Wait, okay. Let's put it this way: how many players on your team are moving up toward offense right now?
Both of us.
Yeah, 2. How many opponents are in defense right now?
1.
So if you eliminate last person, what happens?
Yeah. You get the free shot.
Let's go. We're gonna try to identify that situation next time, and if you ever in the remainder of this replay, if you see that both you and your teammate are going to offense and the opponent is alone back, I want you to yell it. Because it's a great thing if you can identify it.
I think I was scared here to like trip him up, but
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Because you guys were going at roughly the same speed in the same place. Uh-huh. Wow, why is this boost? I see so many people under like SSL doing this where they can't tap boost in random situations as if it's like a button you have to keep pressing, otherwise it goes cold. My boost thruster is gonna go cold. I need to keep it warm. There, tap. Let's go. Are you gonna tap again? Tap. Ah. Need to keep it warm. The boost. Do you remember what I said last time in this situation? Almost Very similar situation to the first one we covered. Do you remember what I said?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a good challenge or a good outcome from challenging there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if your teammate's still there, right? Because if
Yeah.
your teammate is far behind you, what do you think changes?
At least you can get the rebound off the wall or something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're at least making it easy for him to know what the fuck is going on. Oh, teammate in front of me, he go bald. You know, like makes it very easy for teammate to know what's going on if you just go here. But if your teammate's already there, you just stay out of it completely. And now that being said, there is a little bit of an alternative here. If you see that the play is very slow and you have your teammate behind you, you could just try to drive by him. Pretend it's the ghetto and you don't like this guy.
Okay.
That challenge, I think you know yourself. This isn't a good challenge. You're on 0 boosts. It's near their back wall. Best case scenario, you win a 50. That is again near the back wall, so you can't get an angle. Now it's a goal because notice what this guy identified. What do you think he identified here?
Yeah, there's only one back.
Mm-hmm.
Just demo
He
it.
identified that situation. So let's see what happens. Okay, they didn't get a goal, but should it probably have been a goal?
Yeah.
I think so. I think, and that's why in twos it's important, especially moving up from like C2, C3. This situation is gonna be like you're gonna catch so many people slipping by doing that. So it's good. Okay, with 0 still. Yeah, just chase, and now you can rotate out, continue momentum. Great. You can just go back and yeah, get the boost. Thank you. We don't need to be overextended. A little bit too much momentum here again, for because like okay, I guess hard to read. Yeah, here. Okay, so hard to tell. I would argue too much momentum, but it's nitpicking, so I don't like to nitpick. Um, we can definitely learn enough just looking at the over like the more or
Obvious stuff.
yeah exactly like the more obvious, but they're not even obvious. It's more like the things that have bigger effect.
Okay. Yeah.
So here, realistically, ball is above their crossbar, and there's a guy backboard, and you jumped. I just no. That is a no.
Okay.
In this situation, if the ball's high up in the air, the opponent's on the backboard, and you're last man, please just be patient. Keep in mind, where will the guy 100% of the time touch it? To your half, right? In your direction. So if you don't have a guy behind you, he has to come to you anyways. There's nothing you need to do for that to happen. Because if he doesn't do that, then he's probably DC'd or something. It's a lot of boost usage for that. I mean, albeit your recovery is pretty clean. This was a little bit of a throwaway possession. Okay, this is good rotation. Okay, I want you to say something here.
Charge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a 2v1. So that doesn't always mean we have to go bump, because sometimes like this, teammates in an air dribble. Answer honestly now. How many times do you think you will trust your teammate in an air dribble in this rank?
Yeah. Not often.
Not often. Yeah. So going bump here is not the smartest, or at least the highest percentage play. So I think you made the right choice by staying back. I would have stayed a little bit further back, not straight under the ball. When you get to the points where you're following up and you can only see the ceiling, you're probably following up too close.
Okay.
This is good. Just go back. Alright. Yeah, good turn. Okay. Here you really had to use your power slide techniques. Which I like. I have a saying, which is the hardest mechanic in Rocket League is turning. Because it is. The hardest mechanic in Rocket League is precise turning. Good touch. Yeah, rush back. Huh. Interesting. So,
Not too wide.
imagine... No, not really. It's just like... You have to keep your eyes on the play. If your teammate's in a one-on-one, he probably wants you to cut for him. Because if he tries to go here, let's just watch it from his POV, and you tell me if you would have preferred if your teammate turned and went for it. Would you have preferred teammate to go for it, or you turn and go?
Like my teammate, so me.
Yeah, so you exactly. Yeah, that could have been a bit confusing. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Because when we have someone in second man position and we know we don't have time for the other guy to rotate back in behind, it's always the guy rotating that cuts. And this, as you get higher in the ranks, people are gonna start spamming take the shot if you don't go here. So just as you're rotating back, if it's a 1v1, you cut. Ooh. Good patience. We just threw away the ball. Okay, corner is pretty fine here. Yeah, pads. Okay. NPC teammates. No, let's look at this again. Notice how close you get, and then as the opponent is touching the ball, you're turning away, right?
Mm.
So at the exact point where where the opponent lost control of the ball, you're facing your net. Do you think that's how we want this to play out?
No.
Okay. So what could we have done differently, or what would have been the preferred outcome here? Do you think?
Maybe like not push up as much. Maybe slow
Mm-hmm.
down a bit.
Right. And yes, exactly, right? Because if we stay in this area, we still have the chance to continue going forward. Like if he fucks up, which is what you're kind of counting on by going close, well, he's already fucked. Like we can just keep going, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and if he mistouches it, we're facing the ball. So no matter what, we're in a play where we can cover both things. We can cover the touch out, and we can cover the miss, or whatever you wanna, however you wanna
Okay.
draw this. So we can cover both outcomes. Now, if we drive close first, what do you think changes?
He can hit over us or to the sides, and
We
then
cannot cover the area behind. Now, this
yeah.
is how if there is one thing that you learn from this session, is that I want you to think about this game in terms of covering options, covering outcomes. What can happen in this play, and am I ready for them? You don't have to be Einstein. You don't have to calculate the trajectory of every possible ball, every possible touch of every curve, but you have to have a rough idea of, if I was him, what could I probably do? Or more like, what can he do? So here, he's got a few options. Uh, in this rank, it's probably like bang here, miss. You know, those are the options. But in higher rank, my first touch is okay. He's taking a first touch that's probably up here, and he follows by going to the ceiling and catching with an air dribble, and now he's gonna threaten a cross map air dribble shot. Like the outcomes can change depending on who you're playing against, but you need to think like, okay, in this right now, which position lets me cover the most of these outcomes? And can we agree that this right here is like the time where we can cover the most things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. That's how I want you to approach this game.
Okay.
Now let's start taking notes, because I feel like we've gotten to the point where notes are. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep babbling on and not remember anything. Cover options. Play safe. Fast man. Don't be too eager to jump in till you know teammate. Back. Read where the play is going and cover more options. Play safe as last one. By the way, can I ask you, what made you choose me as a coach? What made you say, oh yeah, this Buns guy, I wanna have a session with him.
I watched. I can't remember. Maybe it was the last stream you did.
Mm-hmm.
and I liked it, so I booked a session.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
well, awesome. How did you find my stream?
I was just looking on the Metafy website,
Yeah,
and then I just clicked your profile, and then I looked up your name on Twitch, and then no,
and I was live.
no, I just watched a VOD,
Oh, sick! Wow,
like a
nice.
coaching VOD. Yeah,
Yeah, great. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm really happy that that came to use.
yeah, for sure.
That's what I want. Okay, do you remember anything else in here that we can any other bad habits that you think
Maybe
we can?
just the back wall. Or I guess we have don't eager too eager to jump in. Maybe the boost.
Oh yeah, don't tap your boost all tap your boost all the time. You wanna be gaining boost as you move around the pit. Bye. So this is a really good metric to see how good your boost management is in your rank. If you're gaining boost as you're moving, like just moving around, then your boost management is fine.
Okay.
If you're losing boost, then you know you're on the risk. And if you're finding yourself always zero boost, your boost management's shit. You need to fix it. You know, and the fun thing about Rocket League is like you think you're good until you play against someone who's way better, and then you realize, wow, for some reason I just everything that I do doesn't work, and all of a sudden, like for example, your boost management, you're gonna notice the pace of the game is faster, so you hold your boost, and your boost is gone, or well, I didn't even know what that he could do that with the ball, so I can't read that outcome, or I thought I was playing safe, but he just cleared the ball and it was over. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so all of those things change. The margins. Yoku. Wait, why is the game tag Rocket Robot on Wheels? Bruh, I thought it. What? I clicked Rocket League. I swear I clicked Rocket League. What? Rocket Robot on Wheels. What? Dude, the game tag, like the game category in Twitch was Rocket Robot on Wheels, not Rocket League. What?
Sounds pretty fun.
Oh my god, this is horrible. Alright, and then if you're. Don't be under the ball as much,
Hmm.
especially when it's in the air. Either space out more or go away and gain, go behind and gain a better angle. Yep, I think these four so far have been the reoccurring themes. Your power slide turns are way better than your rank, I'd say.
Okay.
Like that was a better turn than I can do. Like actually. Yeah, your teammate threw, but your 50 was a little bit unlucky. But that should not be a goal. Because of your teammate. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is good. You're not tapping boost. Nice. You're so why do you just drive? Why aren't you diving him here right now?
Because I know I couldn't get it.
Right. And but why wouldn't you go back instantly then if you know you can get it?
Maybe just want to make him a touch to my teammate.
Yeah,
Throw him to
you're
weak spot.
forcing him to touch it, right? Because if you
Yeah.
don't, because if he doesn't, you're there. Exactly. That's called a force, and forcing is super useful in Zeus.
Uh,
Have you heard that expression before? A force?
I've not.
Okay, but you're probably gonna hear that more as time goes on. Okay, we're a little bit too close. Um, but yeah,
Like I got mad at me for that.
he shouldn't. Honestly, he yeeted that ball, and it wasn't even that. Nah, he shouldn't be getting that. I mean, yeah, you could have been further away. Might have been a goal, but the pass wasn't great. What rank is this? This is C3, low C3. Coop. Again, a little bit close, a second man. This I'd say applies. Play a little bit safer as last man. Don't be so eager to jump in until you know your teammate. See, this is the game is habitual. Like the things you do are all habitual. According to the theory of mental representation, which we can use to back up points here. That essentially says we identify situations and react instinctively to them the same way each time. And until we notice it isn't good and we fix it. Which usually takes a long fucking time. Which is why it takes so many hours for a lot of people to improve decision making. And feels impossible for most. But anyways, moving on. Giving space. Good. Teammate fucks it. I like that you're driving sideways here. You're not driving forward, because if the opponent hits it, it's going to go above you. But you're not sitting inside, like driving toward your net, because it could still go forward. So what do you think you're doing by driving sideways?
Like giving myself options, I guess.
Yes! You're covering both options. By driving sideways, you've got the option to turn forward because you see that there is a possibility for us to move forward here. But you're also prepared for the negative outcome by having the option to turn back if needed, because you know your spacing isn't like the farthest, so you can't afford to risk the clear above you. This is the principle I want you to apply to every situation.
Okay.
See here, did you have both options covered?
No.
No, you only had the negative outcome covered, and that results in a very slow follow-up. But as I said, it's better to play a little bit safer as second man than aggressive. No, when you transition into playing more threes, if you do, second man will become a little bit more aggressive. So you will be. I like to come. Okay, fuck, I'm telling you too much actually. There's RLCS advice. Next session we can cover that.
Okay.
I have a habit of absolutely spewing everything I know into people because I don't know, I love it, and it's a way for me to also process things, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, at least I'm not just going around to everybody ranting. It's at least the people that want to hear it, because it's about the game that they want to learn.
True.
Coop says the RLCS is coming out. Oh no. Here again, a little bit of that. This situation is slightly different though. So we get a 50 pinch out. You saw your teammate was rotating in this way. He's not in your field of view, but you know he's here and you know his momentum is going this way. Even though you're not actively thinking about it, it's a subconscious recognition you've made. So you opt to stay back instead of turn and go forward. So why aren't you forcing him in this play like you did in last play? Because you know he could have also went forward.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, well, I'm not gonna really go if I know my teammate might also be going. I'll just cover the clear, which is the right decision here. You want to keep your backboard as an option though. You should not leave that option out, because if he bangs it like really high right now, like to where it like onto your backboard, you're just not getting it. And look at his POV, how fucking easy it would have been had he not been absolute doo-doo dog water garbage, is what I mean.
True.
Yeah, this was free. And so keep backboard open. You need to cover all of his outcomes, or all of his possibilities. Too much momentum again. Like when you're moving up, your momentum's a little bit too high. So
Okay.
this is more of a side note because it's a very specific, very what the gritty. Okay. Keep a bit lower momentum when moving upfield. The ball could change direction. The camera settings, people said. Wait, what's wrong with the camera settings? Poop, what's wrong with the camera? Oh, okay. Exion's camera is wild. Oh, the guy works at NASA. Yeah, what the hell? Dude, he's literally in their space station. Okay, so this is yeah, you're like right in between two things. You're not forcing, even though you're in a position where you should have, probably teammate expects you to force, and you're also not going back and giving your teammate space. So you're not doing either. Either you force or you go behind. Force or go behind.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what he was doing, so then I didn't want to go, and then I also.
If you're not sure what he's doing, you turn off your ball cam just to align yourself with a couple pads. You flip toward the net and you turn your ball cam back on.
Okay.
Because again, where does the guy have to go? He has to come to you.
Yeah.
He's going there no matter what you're doing. He wants the goal. Or in other words, just like every other guy, he wants to put the balls in. Never mind. So he's going there. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, your angle is very risky here, but again, might have been because of that misunderstanding. And now you're low boost. And you're under the ball as well, but that's because you're aerial. This is not bad rotation. So when you see your teammate is in a bit of a pickle, you want to rotate short, like you did. Short meaning ball sides. But obviously, yeah, so like toward near post as opposed to far post. Yeah, good spacing. So this is good. Teammates already in the area. You're near post. You're not stressing. You're just waiting for the play to develop, reading the play. Good. Okay. Why are you boosting out? You're second man, you're too eager to push. You're too eager to push when you're second. Okay? When your teammate is done with the play and it's free for you and you know he's gone behind you, then you go. But up until then, you read the play and look for a free gap to challenge. So be a bit more patient a second, man.
Okay.
Here, I'll add just the word patience because I think that kind of summarizes the need here. Bro's watching from Mars. Well, I can't see that emote for some reason. Well, I don't have the add-on plugin or whatever. That is a waste of possession. He could have taken control here.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a free ball.
Like
What
I
do you
hit a
think
right
you can
goal.
do with it?
Maybe power slide cut to the net.
Ooh. I mean, if you could, anyone else, I would
Just
say, are
shoot
you
it out.
stupid? How are you going to do that? But with you, I mean, looking at your turns, yeah, maybe. But I would say, I mean, yeah, take your first touch toward the sidewall, go up and air dribble. Or ceiling
Okay.
shot. But keep in mind, not toward their corner, right? Because that's where this guy is. So probably toward the sidewall. Or an alternative is wait for the bounce, touch it off of the corner, but don't jump. That way you retain control, and then you follow it up yourself.
Okay.
Both are completely viable options. Never mind. You're just the goated player. So sorry. You should be coaching me. Alright. So let's go over this again. We noticed that we want to be reading the play, reading where the play is going and covering the options, because a lot of the times we didn't have the potential outcomes covered, and that resulted in us either just being ready for the ball going forward or just being ready for the ball going back. So be ready for both negative and positive when teammate is in the play. We want to be playing a little bit safer last man, and not be too eager to jump in until we know our teammate can be back in time. And we want to have more patience because we noticed we were pushing up too much and making it difficult for us to be ready, since we're always going in the play, and so we're removing our options and also making it riskier. We don't want to be tapping our boost all the time. A bit self-explanatory. The metric we want to chase here is gaining boost as we move around the pitch by driving over swell pads. Or we don't want to be under the ball as much. Just space out a little bit more if you're noticing that you're ending up under the ball. And if you are already under the ball, just go back behind your teammates, unless you know you can clean beat.
Cool.
Side note would be keep a bit lower momentum when moving upfield when the ball could change directions, which is most of the time, right? So
Okay, yep.
okay, do you have any questions about this?
No, I think I'm pretty happy with that.
Good. I'm glad to hear. So do you feel like you have a pretty clear idea of what you need to be working on?
Yeah, just need to keep practicing, I guess.
Yeah, practice those things. And then I would also say grind free play for mechanics, because that is what everybody should do to improve.
Okay.
All right, good. If you have any questions for me, you can let me know either now or in DMs later. I'm free to respond whenever I'll have the time. Do you mind if I invite you to my server?
For sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
No worries. I invite most of my students. You just go ahead, yeah, and join that, and I'll give you the role. Okay, there you go. All right, well, perfect. It was nice meeting you, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Yeah, you too.
Or
Thank you.
I guess day, because it sounds like you're Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Cool.
like midday.
Yeah. Yeah. I always try to pinpoint where people are. Partially by accent, but also that I noticed that it was an A, but I also kind of could tell it wasn't Western. So
Yeah.
so it sounded East. Okay. Well, have a good one.
Yeah. Later,
Right.
man.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
See ya. Okay, guys. Session completed. Yes. Right. Do you know Nene Creative? No, I did not. Could you enlighten me? He's a Spanish streamer. I played him yesterday. Spanish? How did you play a Spanish streamer yesterday? I don't know, it was a 3v3 tourney. Oh, alright. Got you. Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, I get he must have been American though, right? Maybe not. Did he have crazy ping? Did he have like 120 something, right? Something like that? He could live in East but be Spanish. I mean, yeah, that is true. You're right. That could be an option. I just when you said Spanish, I assumed he also would be located in Spain. But yeah, I'm gonna check his VOD and see his ping. Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, that is all for this stream. As I've got to get prepared for my exam tomorrow. I've got the National Swedish University exam tomorrow. So it's gonna take about 8 hours to complete. Not really looking forward to that. Yo, Charlie, what's up? Welcome to the stream. That is just about to end. Damn, yeah, damn indeed. Gonna be fun. I'm probably gonna fucking int it. I'm gonna throw. It's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see. Can my Discord? Yeah, after the stream, I can pop in. Right, guys. Well, thank you, Coop, for tuning in. I appreciate you being here, man. Hope you're doing all right. Thanks for hanging out. Right. See you guys later. Bye bye. Have a good one.